Hello guys and welcome back to the Simply Code programming channel. This is Vikesh and let's get started with today's topic, which is about how to use do while loops. Now in the previous session we covered the usage of while loops, but we have another type of while loop which is called a do while loop. So let's understand when do we need that and how do you actually use that. Let me switch to the Java documentation and if I can find some syntax of it as well. Yep. So as you can see here, if I just highlight this portion, this is how you actually write a do while statement block. So you write do, you start a code block, you write some executable statements, and then after the code block ends, you write a while expression and end it with semicolon. This is the syntax basically. It starts with do or curly braces, some executable statements, a while block or a while statement basically with an expression ending with a semicolon. Let's understand this with the help of a program to understand the structure better. So for this, I have created a sample program here, which is called do while demo. Again, having a public static void main method, and it has a variable which is count, and it is initialized as 1. Then I write do, I write this code block or the curly braces, and then I am just printing the value of count. Then I am incrementing the value of count, and then I am writing a condition which says while count is less than 10 and semicolon. If you compare this with the previous demo we ran, if I just put them side by side, we had while condition statement and the state change condition. Here we have do statement, condition change statement, and then we check the condition at the end. So the idea is that if you have a use case where before you even evaluate the condition, you want to print something, even before you evaluate the condition. If you want to do something, in that case, you will use the do while loop. Even before the actual while loop starts, if you want to execute a statement, you will use do while loop. For example, if you want to print the initial value of the count even before the condition checks, then you can use do while loop. If that is not your use case, you can use the simple while loop, which is described here in this program. So coming back to the do while, so I say do, and then I'm saying print this particular statement without checking anything. This condition will be executed for the first time without any condition check at all. This will just work as is, like a normal Java statement. After that, I'm incrementing the value of the count, and then I'm checking the condition. So remember, when this particular condition is being checked, the first increment has already happened. But in the while case, we did the comparison before even the first increment. The first comparison happened with the original value of count. But here, the first comparison is happening with the incremented value of the count. Hope you get the difference in a better context now, that you will use this when you want to write some initialization code before you actually hit the condition. So this condition will be evaluated with 2 less than 10, and then the value will be printed. Let's print this example, and we'll also try to play around with this example a bit more to build our understanding better. If I run this program, there is no difference in output if you compare this with the previous program we ran for the while. So it prints the count value. So this is coming here. Then it increments the value. Then it checks the condition saying is 2 less than 10. Yes, that holds true. If that holds true, it will go back to statement number 9, again print this, again do an increment on the count, and again check the condition with the updated value of the count, which will say 3 less than 10 now. Similarly, print the value, increment, check. This will continue to happen till this particular condition becomes false. And once this condition is false, it will exit out of this whole do while loop and it will go to the line number 12. And if you have any statement written there, you can that statement will be executed in this case. So let's try to change some values here and let's see if we can make sense of this program if we change the value. Let's say if I put 11 here, what will happen now? Let's run this program. You will say now you will see that this particular output is displayed which says count is 11. So what happened here, that count was 11. It entered the do while block. It went to this particular statement which said count is 11. Then it incremented the value. So the value became 12. And obviously 12 is not less than 10. So it did not print it again. It only printed once, even if the first time the condition was checked, the first condition execution itself resulted in false. Still, line number 9 got successfully printed. And that's the whole idea behind using the do while. What if I change this value to 10? Let's see what happens. And after that, we'll run one more combination to just make it more interesting. This time again, count is 10. Line number 10 will be printed as count is 10. Then at line number 10, the count is incremented to 11 and 11 is not less than 10. So in this case, the loop ends and it will move out. Now, what happens if I do this? If I say less than equal to here, let's run this program and interpret the output. Now, again, only one statement is printed because in this case, the count is 10. 10 is printed here and we are saying 10 plus 1, 11. 11 is still not less than equal to 10. And that's why the loop just exits. Let's make it 9 and see what happens. Now you see two values. So count is 9. It enters the do while loop, goes to statement number 9, prints the current value of count, which is 9, then increments the value to 10. Then at line number 11, this while statement is executed and the condition is checked. Is 10 less than equal to 10? Yes, 10 is not less than, but 10 is equal to 10. So this condition will hold true. It will go back here, print count is 10, make count 11, again check the condition, is 11 less than equal to 10? No, it's not. And then the condition will return to false and loop will be exited. So hope this will give you a better understanding now, since we ran different permutations and combinations of the values and we saw when this will be executed and when this will not be executed. But the bottom line is very straightforward, that whenever you want to write some pre-processing logic, even before checking the very first condition of your loop, then in that case, you will be using a do while loop. Otherwise, a normal while loop or a for loop will absolutely work fine. So that's the takeaway I would like you to take away from this particular session. And that's all for this particular session. We talked about do while and we also tried to give you some sort of a comparison between while loops and do while loops. In the next session, we are going to be discussing about for loops in detail. And if you like this video, a thumbs up would be massively appreciated. And please don't forget to subscribe to Simply Code for more programming related videos. Thank you, and we'll meet again in the next lecture.